Hi, welcome to another consonant analysis. This analysis is prompted by a video that I watched the other day, produced by Legal Eagle on Jeffrey Epstein, who is in the news at the moment. As I read this morning, he's incarcerated in jail, and he had marks on his neck, and he was sort of like in a fetal position. This person, I mean, if you watch Legal Eagle's video, I've left a link in the description below. It's just absolutely unbelievable. It's just full of precedents, unprecedented things happening with regards to this personality, whose name I'm going to go on to in this video. Absolutely mind-boggling. You know, the things that he actually got away with, and eventually he did admit to one felony, which was having, relations with a minor, somebody who's underage. But he's surrounded by controversy and personalities. He had a black book that had the names of like royals in it, and presidents. So anyway, I don't think there's any point really in me doing an analysis on something that you said. It'd be more interesting to do an analysis on something that somebody else has said about him, the allegations that have been made, which is what I intend to do. But I just wanted to get this analysis out of the way now that I've produced it. And it's just literally of his name. So what I've done is I've scanned it backwards and forwards, the consonants. Usually when I do consonant analysis, I just do the reverse consonants in the reverse order, because that gives you the underlying meaning rather than on the surface meaning. But in this case, because it's so short, obviously it's just the consonants of somebody's name. And with the notoriety of the case as well, I decided to do the consonants both ways and just integrate them. So for interpretation, I've got the subject is a passionate and changeable individual who makes efforts to make himself attractive to others and is constantly looking over his shoulder. So that all came out of the markers basically. And the themes I've got that I've pulled from the markers for your benefit are reproduction, desire, volatility, and fear, and then appearance management, manipulation, favoritism, abandonment, and worship. Now, exactly who he's worshipping or who he's expecting people who are expecting to worship him is anybody's guess. But this guy certainly seemed to be very influential. He could muzzle judges, and just absolutely amazing. They say power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. I mean, if I didn't know any better, I'd say he was in league with the devil himself. The stuff that he was able to pull, it's just absolutely mind-boggling. I know I keep mentioning it, but it's next level really, and it really gives you an insight into what's happening at the top. If you actually manage to get to that level, it's just there really is stuff going on in the world, that you don't really get to find out about, and it's high up and it's not very good. So, as I've said in the past with regards to these analyses of people's names, always give your child a good name, because if you don't, it's probably not going to go well the rest of the way. Okay, this has been Consonant Analysis. Thanks for bearing with me. Hope you enjoyed the analysis. If you do, remember to like, share and subscribe. My analysis is actually in the description below for you to download and look at your leisure. And see you in the next analysis.